Test.
No, I think it's just whatever. Since this is connected to this, I think if, even if you're like clicking around, I think you were. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why I kind of paused it. I was like, okay, let's wrap it up. So, you're fine. Okay, thank you. I did not press pause on there, so if you want to pause it and. Okay.
On the first.
Game or a boring game? A lot of minutes there. It was a long game. It was definitely not a boring game.
Alrighty, thank you for joining us in the Leagues Cup 2024 post-game press conference. We are joined by Colorado Rapids head coach Chris Armas. I'll now open it up to questions from journalists here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and if we have time, I will take a few from those on Zoom.
Braden Nurse with Braden Nurse with the Denver Post. Johnny scored again. He won that penalty. Just what have you kind of made of his importance to the team, especially in Kevin's absence, and just his run of form lately?
Look, as the coach, you hope that you can arm the guys with certain ideas and tools and how we play. But I give him a lot of credit because he had an injury that kept him out for a few months, and he's just stuck with it. And the timing has worked for him to get injected into the lineup. And I think at this level, you need the door to open, and you have to run through it. So I think he's been dangerous. I see that he's committing to all sides of the ball, and this has been important for us. But he gives us that deep option. He runs, and he's comfortable in that final third. So I'm thrilled for him. He was important on the night for sure.
Coach Keith Richards, team MBS Media. The press seemed to be working really good this match, last match as well. Even one of the goals was scored off of Navajo pressing. What is it about the press that seems to be clicking really well right now?
Listen, we've worked from my very first day on the job. We want to play proactive football, and out of possession, that means we want to press and counter press. So since back in Mexico in preseason, we've worked on it, the timing, the little detail, triggers, and I've tried to get the guys excited about this, that it's not something that they do because I'm asking them to do it, that they know that it can be ways to score goals. So Hafa is a pressing monster, we say, and he picks off a lot of people in training like this. So, I give Juárez a lot of credit. They slice through a few times. They challenge us with direct play in moments. We were hoping that we knew that they would try to play through us. We were just hoping we could nick a few.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Chris, some other CONCACAF style antics tonight, and maybe a little bit different from what Leon presented, and maybe ways in which you guys were frustrating Juárez and maybe got into their own heads. My words, feel free to disagree. How do you think the team dealt with that and really played to their advantage given the situation in the final 20 minutes?
Matt, listen, I've probably not for the better or for worse, for the better, I've played in games like that whether it be with the Chicago Fire and against, international competition, with the national team against competition, qualifiers, Mexico, and the only thing that I've always understood from it and learned from it and can appreciate tonight is how much it means, these types of games. Their coach, Mauricio, we just spent 5 minutes talking. I told him I expect them to creep up the standings and make some noise in Liga MX. They're a really good team. He's done a great job with them. And as much as some rotations and how they can use the ball and some diagonals, it's so hard to deal with that because they're pretty good at it. So the stuff that happens within the 100 minutes or so, if I would expect nothing less. Two teams that really want to move on, high emotions. Our sidelines, we're showing our emotion. They do, and this is only because both sides care so much. Professionals, gentlemen, every player, on their team, shaking hands after. It's part of it. This League's Cup is amazing. It's a wild tournament, and it's been great for us to grow. And I think we're growing every single game out. We're learning a lot. These games will challenge you, stretch you, and teach you if you're paying attention. So great stuff for us.
Hey, Chris, Vinny Benedetto with the Denver Gazette. Sorry if you touched on this Monday or earlier in the week, but what's the process been like to reintroduce Georgie to the lineup, and what kind of luxury is it to have him back from Paris? Yeah, listen,
I give our club a lot of credit because some teams in the world didn't have to release their players to the Olympics, and we were willing to release two, him and Cole. And we knew that yes, short term we lose out on Georgie, although other guys get minutes in those times, which could be valuable in the long run. We knew Georgie would come back taller, better, bigger from that tournament. The way the Olympic team performed, tremendous. The way Georgie affected those games, some goals. When he comes back to us, we get a confident player, a guy that is our reference point, him and Hafa up top, and we then can play through the thirds with him. He's dangerous on set pieces. Tonight was a night, yes, he can make some plays. He scores a decisive penalty, but he really helps us with the press. Him and Hafa, it's not just running. It's intelligent running, taking away certain spaces. Two of them, taking away three guys, center backs and a six, and he's all in on it. And he had to dig deep tonight, so he gets stretched in a big way, which is great for us. So it's good to have him back. And we'll go oftentimes as he goes. So he's our guy.
Hey, Coach, Bryson Owens for Sports Forum Colorado. Zachary Steffman was pretty incredible in goal tonight. Would you just describe what you've seen from him in his last stretch of really good play and in that goal for you guys?
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of people in the room that have heard me say it all year long about Zach, in some of the wins and sometimes some of the losses, that he's been a guy that is so constant for us. We can get critical at times of goalkeepers after somehow they get through 10 players. But yes, the goalkeeper's not an easy position because they get scrutinized and criticized oftentimes. And he's been there for us since day one in Mexico. I say it like the way the guys look up to him, the way he trains. He's a professional. He's a winner. He's a leader in that locker room. When he talks, guys listen. But he's a guy, by his example, he sets a tone around here. So yeah, to see last game stopping penalties, breakaways, this game nicking things, crosses, building attacks, I've seen it all year long. But on a bigger stage, it's great that he can showcase who he is. But he's a pretty steady guy for me, and another good one for him.
Moise had some muscle soreness, it
Yeah.
sounded like. Lawless came in and did well, probably saved the tying goal from Juarez. Just what did you think of him, especially on such short notice?
Yeah, look, when Lala stepped in the last month, I think we won 5 out of 7 games with him in the lineup, and with him we gained certain qualities: his desire to win, his experience, his urgency around the box. He's so online, we say, that every play is like the World Cup final. It's incredible, his level of this, and he's one of those guys that really embodies the phrase we say, hey guys, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And he steps right in. Another victory with him on the pitch. So this is what I'm excited that, we have a guy like that, and that he can come out and pick up right where he left off.
Don Pablo Rapidrant, coach. What are your favorite parts / what are the challenges to seeing one-off teams like in a tournament such as this?
Say it one more time.
What are your favorite parts of getting ready for a team?
We usually don't have a lot of time, right? But I think my favorite part is getting to know that team, right? Even like I just did with Juarez, getting to know the coach a little bit, getting to know how they build their attacks, where are the spaces when they don't have the ball, where can we hurt them, how do we deal with Villapando, how about the center backs? They're going to lure us out. They play through the lines, like just trying to figure out the chess match before the game is played. I do enjoy that. Watching them, earlier, a couple of days ago against Club America. What did they do to them on the day? What did Club America? Why did they have success on that day? Let me analyze that a little bit. So I like the tactical part of things, and I also enjoy the real excitement. Just sometimes being a fly on the wall in the locker room on pitch, just the opportunity that the boys give all of us by moving on. We get another game. We live for another one. I enjoy the energy around the team in the lead up. It's always so good. Because this is where we all want to be, in decisive games and moving on type of thing. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know already that you're going to play Toluca. Obviously, you probably know the history. 4-1 loss in Leagues Cup last year. Just preliminarily, what are you looking forward to kind of a get back game?
Look, 2024, man. We're a different team right now. It's I don't think about anything like that. If there's things to learn from that time, we got to look at the roster. I don't know the manager, like some of this stuff. I don't know it, but I will quickly. So, listen, I know this, right? It's a good team. They just beat a good team in Houston on the road, that went to the limit. León, Juárez, Toluca, it's all going to be, these are tough games, guys. It's wild, I said earlier. We don't normally see this in MLS. Some of the individual quality in different positions, all around the pitch, a technical ability. Teams that can move you around and that they also play very direct in moments with diagonal play, and they can stretch you. They really challenge us. The first 18 minutes, I think we were up against it because it was not just this, it's that. So I love that we get another game in our building against a good team. We'll be ready, and we'll get stretched, in terms of learning and growing and pushed. So looking forward to that challenge.
Chris, on that note, what have you made of kind of the atmosphere that the Mexican fans have brought? And, similarly coming off of the end of MLS play where RSL fans had a lot of, fans in your building, and there's a chance for that to go back and forth and maybe bring an energy that can be intimidating but can help challenge the team.
Well, the first thing I would say is, when we have, and I looked around the stands before the game, right before kickoff, the national anthem of both countries, and there's a lot of Mexicans in the building, proud, knowledgeable, loyal, supportive, passionate, like that's in our building, perfect. Like, this is a good thing. And the fact that they get behind their team, of course it's going to happen, and this is excellent for our sport in our country. I saw the one section there and the one end there, and it's great. I'm always hoping, can we give them another team to love? Maybe one more fan in the community to say, hey, maybe that's our fan in our club in the United States. So I'm thinking along those lines. And then, so yeah, I love that. I love the energy in the building. For our players, this is great. It's a home game that feels like a home game, and then an away game in moments. But then it's our fans. I walk around at the end of the game and just say thank you. And they bring it. They bring the noise. They are passionate. They are tremendous, honestly. They get behind the guys. It means so much to our guys. They said it in the locker room after. Our fans, what tremendous. So on both levels, the energy in the building is amazing. And I'm just grateful our fans keep showing up for us.
Thank you. This concludes tonight's press conference with Coach Armas.